What if I told you that in the past few months, 7 different countries passed or announced policies that people all over the internet are calling the fulfillment of ancient prophecy? A new multi-nation Middle East peace framework, digital IDs becoming mandatory, 86 million bank accounts frozen, brain chip trials, AI systems that fine you instantly, a government shutdown in the world's biggest superpower, and signs of a cashless, programmable currency. People online are claiming that all these events happened almost together, and that they match the exact sequence written 2,500 years ago in biblical prophecy. But are they connected? Is this really the beginning of a prophetic countdown? Or are the links just coincidences stitched together? Today, we're doing what almost nobody online is doing: fact-checking every claim, explaining the actual prophecy verses, and investigating whether these events truly line up with Daniel and Revelation, or whether it's the perfect storm of confusion, fear, and misinformation. This is deep. This is complicated. And to understand the truth, you'll need to watch till the very end. Before we begin, if you're new here, welcome to Prophecy Unfolding Studio. We investigate real events, expose false prophecy claims, and decode what's actually happening in the world with facts, not fear. So if you want truth without hype, make sure you subscribe. Let's begin. Across social media over the past few months, many creators have repeated a dramatic narrative that, within 24 hours, several countries made decisions that supposedly triggered a prophetic chain reaction. Let's break down these claims one by one as if you've never heard them before. Watch till the end, because the timeline will shock you. Claim 1. Israel has confirmed a 7-year peace covenant with many nations, forming a board of peace with global leaders like Tony Blair. But what actually happened? In late September and early October 2025, a 20-point Gaza ceasefire and stabilization plan was announced, involving the US, Israel, and several Middle Eastern partners. Tony Blair's name appeared in political discussions and commentary. And here's the key detail. There is no 7-year term in the document, no prophecy-style covenant, no brand new government structure, but people online attached Daniel 9 to it. We'll return to that. Claim 2. The UK just made biometric digital ID mandatory for all workers, instantly. But the reality is, yes, the UK announced the digital ID plan, but on September 26, 2025, not last week. And it's not instant. Full rollout is planned by 2029. It involves face scans, fingerprints, and digital verification, but not the sudden, universal enforcement many people fear. Watch till the end. We'll show the real rollout date. Claim 3. Vietnam froze 86 million bank accounts and seized people's money unless they submit biometrics. But again, reality is different. On September 1st, 2025, Vietnam deactivated around 86 million accounts under a nationwide anti-fraud digital ID project. Money wasn't seized. It was inaccessible until identity re-verification. Inconvenient? Yes. Prophetic mark of the beast system? We'll analyze that in the prophecy section. Claim 4. The US government shutdown began on October 2, because of digital system installation. But reality is, shutdown began at midnight on October 1st because Congress couldn't agree on the FY 2026 budget. It lasted over 40 days, affecting millions, but had nothing to do with digital ID or CBDC rollouts. Claim 5. Countries like Sweden, Thailand, and Australia are now microchipping people's hands to normalize the mark of the beast. And here is the actual data. Microchips have existed since 2015 in Sweden. They're voluntary. They're niche. They're basically glorified keycards. Australia and Thailand have small experimental programs, but nothing mandatory, nothing mass scale. Claim 6. China is now identifying jaywalkers by gait recognition, automatically fining them and deducting money straight from their banks. But reality is, China has been testing gait recognition since 2018. Shaming screens, facial recognition fines, real in certain cities. Automatic deduction linked to digital wallets, real but limited. But again, not new, and definitely not rolled out yesterday. Claim 7. Bank of England launched a programmable CBDC that can turn off your money if you say the wrong thing online. But again, reality is different. The digital pound is still in research stage. Programmability exists only through private wallet providers, not government control. And the Bank of England has repeatedly stated that they will not restrict personal spending. Claim 8 is interesting. They claimed news anchors worldwide are reading the same scripted messages to control public narrative. But reality? This comes from the Sinclair broadcast incident of 2018, not 2025.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
The sharing of biased and
false news has become all too common on social media.
More alarming, some media outlets publish these same fake stories without checking facts first.
Unfortunately, some members of the media use their platforms to push their own personal bias and agenda to control exactly what people think. And this is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
This is extremely dangerous to our democracy.
Old clips are being recycled as new evidence. So yes, many of the events are real. But the timing, connection, and interpretation are often exaggerated. Now, what about prophecy? Do the ancient texts actually describe these events? Let's investigate deeply. To understand whether these modern events match biblical prophecy, we need to pull the actual verses people online are quoting, because almost nobody online shows the full text. Let's start with the biggest one. Prophecy 1, Daniel 9:27. He will confirm a covenant with many for 1/7, and in the middle of the 7, he will bring an end to sacrifice and offering. People online claim, Israel plus many nations, 7-year deal, peace agreement, must be this covenant. But here's the issue. Daniel 9 is not about a future political deal in modern times. It is part of a long prophecy about the Jewish people's exile and the arrival of the Messiah, not a global 2025 political treaty. The 70 weeks, or sevens, refer symbolically to time periods leading to the coming of Christ in Christian scholarship. Most biblical experts agree that the covenant in the verse is not a modern treaty. The 1/7 is not a literal 7-year political agreement, and there is no requirement of 7 nations. The modern interpretation that says this must be a 7-year political peace deal is a very recent theory, about 150 years old, not original Christian doctrine. So when people attach the September 2025 ceasefire framework to Daniel 9, they're forcing the Bible to match world events that don't fit the text. Watch till the end. Revelation is next. Prophecy 2, Revelation 13, Mark of the Beast. Here's what the actual passage says. He causes all, both small and great, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, that no one may buy or sell unless he has the mark. People online link this to digital IDs, biometrics, hand chips, CBDCs, Vietnam freezes, UK digital ID rollout, China fines, AI surveillance. But here's the critical detail almost every viral video ignores. The mark of the beast isn't just a technology. It is an act of worship and allegiance. Revelation emphasizes worship over and over. They worshiped the beast, those who received the mark and worshipped his image. The mark is a symbol of loyalty, not simply a tool of payment. So even if technology enables control, Revelation's mark cannot exist without a global leader demanding worship. Right now, no world leader is asking for worship. No chip requires worship. No digital ID demands religious allegiance. Technology can resemble prophecy, but resemblance is not fulfillment. Prophecy 3, Third Temple and Gaza clearing. The claim: Gaza is being cleared to prepare for a third temple. There is zero archaeological, political, or religious evidence for this. The Temple Mount is in Jerusalem, not Gaza. The Bible never says Gaza must be cleared for the temple. This is where many videos stop, but this is where we go deeper. Let's examine the pattern people online are claiming. All these events happened at the same time, but they didn't. The narrative of 24 hours that fulfilled prophecy collapses under simple chronology. These events match the prophecy sequence. Let's check. Prophecy sequence according to those videos. A 7-year covenant with many nations. A temple-related event. A global mark preventing buying or selling. A leader rising in crisis. But what actually happened? A ceasefire plan without 7 years. No temple connection. Digital IDs already existed for a decade. No global leader emerging. Nothing matches the actual order or requirements of prophecy. These nations coordinated their actions secretly. But each event has independent context. UK, employment verification reform. Vietnam, anti-fraud project. Israel, Gaza strategy after conflict. US, budget dispute. China, long-term surveillance development. Sweden, Thailand, small tech communities. Bank of England, years-long research. There is no evidence of global coordination. The only thing linking these events is people trying to fit them into prophecy. Let's be honest, there is a reason why millions feel these events are connected, because the world is changing faster than ever. Governments are digitizing identity. Banking is moving towards centralization. AI is everywhere. Privacy feels fragile. Wars are unpredictable. People feel unsafe. And in moments of uncertainty, human psychology looks for patterns, especially patterns written in ancient prophecy. But feeling similar is not the same as being identical. Not every crisis is a prophecy. Not every digital system is the mark. Not every peace deal is Daniel's covenant. And not every global event is coordinated. Here's the balanced, factual, and theological truth. Prophecy is not a news prediction system. It's not designed to match every political headline. Prophecy is primarily about human nature, the struggle between good and evil, the consequences of corruption, the rise and fall of empires, and ultimately, spiritual allegiance, not technology. It describes patterns that repeat throughout history. Empires controlling trade, rulers demanding absolute loyalty, systems of oppression, wars in the Middle East, moral decline, crises that shake nations. These things have happened many times before. So after all the facts, investigation, evidence, context, and prophecy breakdown, the real question isn't, is prophecy happening right now? The real question is deeper. Why are so many people so convinced that these events must be connected? Is it fear? Is it uncertainty? Is it misunderstanding of Scripture? Or is it something else? I've shown you the dates. I've shown you the context. I've shown you what prophecy actually says. And I've shown you why these events don't match the requirements. But now I want to hear from you. Do you think these events are random? Or do you believe there is a deeper pattern forming in the world? Tell me in the comments. And if you want more deep investigations like this, don't forget to subscribe and stay tuned. This is Prophecy Unfolding Studio, where the ancient prophecies meet modern realities.